Yes, a beautiful morning to viewers out there. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, the good people of Ifako. We are here live once again on Ifako Radio from ear to the world, bringing to your ears and to your views newspaper review this morning. I am yours truly, Olanireti Olusegun.
I'm Olani David.
Yes, it is the last day of the month of June is packing its load. It's the 30th, 30 days in the month of June. And if we review June so far, has June been so nice to you? Everybody outside there, let's look at the month. And if you also look at it, it's the middle of the year. The year is also fast running. So far, so good. We bless God for the peace in Ifako, the peace in Lagos State, the peace in Nigeria. But inside the first two quarters, as beautiful as we want to present, I request that, okay, the next two quarters should also be the same with the first two moving forward.
Yes, absolutely. So as we're heading to the Q3, we pray for peace in Nigeria, and we pray for prosperity for the entire Nigeria, in Lagos and Ifako citizen.
Anyway, we are bringing to you news in national dailies, and I'll be starting with the Nation newspaper. And the first story here says Presidency defends Tinubu's visit to St. Lucia. Presidency defends Tinubu's visit to St. Lucia. I want to believe there is controversy as regards the president's visit to St. Lucia, and the presidency has also come out to defend the reason why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had to visit St. Lucia. And in the statement released by the presidency, it says the presidency has defended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ongoing state visit to St. Lucia, saying those questioning the purpose were misguided, mischievous, and uninformed. It described the visit as a historic and strategic engagement rooted in deep ancestral diplomatic, economic, and cultural ties between Nigeria and the Caribbean. From the perspective of the government of St. Lucia, the visit by the Nigerian leader paves the way for the rekindling of ancestral bonds, igniting a new era of diplomatic, cultural, and economic possibilities between our nations, said the president in a statement by Bayo Ononuga, special advisor to the president on information and strategy. I think the major concern of Nigerians, for them to have probably criticized, queried, or not comfortable with why the president had to visit St. Lucia, is because they want the president to remain focused. They believe we have so many issues at hand that should be taken care of. Thirdly, I also want to believe nobody wants the resources of the nation to be expended unnecessarily. But no doubt, there is no way you can sit within the corridor of your own convenience and want to make something happen. It is not about initiating calls or social media connect. Sometimes you have to go outside there, see for yourselves, extend friendship and what have you.
In as much that the Nigerian want Mr. President to be around as the father of the nation, is also constitutional, legal for Mr. President to liaise with other international nations of the world So, and I believe that just like you rightly said, Shegun, that there may be a controversy. Yes, we know there are controversy on why Mr. President have to travel to St. Lucia. And if we see that, if you know about St. Lucia is one of the Caribbean country with good GDP and with good economy, and they have good economy policy, and which if you look at even the cultural aspect of St. Lucia, you know that we have similarity.
Yes, that is one thing that Nigerian government and that of St. Lucia also emphasize on, that we have historic background.
So, and no country, no nation, no state stand alone.
In isolation.
So you can't be in isolation. You just have to liaise and relate with international countries. That's why that we have the UN, we have the OAU, we have the UNDP, we have all organizations, and we have other independent states in order to what? And in order to facilitate economic growth and of course an infrastructural development and to bring people closer to you. And because if you look at one of the agenda, the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President is also about
initiating contacts, and it can only have
international relationship is allowed. So let us give Mr. President the benefit of doubt, and the president's spokesman. Now we shall see the result of Mr. President.
All right, Nigerians are listening. Let's fold arms and continue to pray that it will be resourced.
So still on politics, I'll be on the Punch newspaper today. Wike versus Makinde, tension mount as PDP holds NEC meeting today. So I would just like to read some of these. So, as a crisis within the PDP deepens over the position of the National Secretary and the disputed 100th National Executive Committee meeting scheduled for Monday today, a major showdown appear imminent as party leaders are at odds with rival faction planning to hold separate NEC and National Caucus meeting. So we just move to the third paragraph of that. Now there are two camps according to this report. The first camp is the camp of Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, which includes Governor Peter Umba Enugu, Duyedere Bayelsa, Ademola Adeleke Osun, Dauda Lawal Zamfara, and 11 members of the National Working Committee. While on the opposite side, we have the former governor of Rivers State, that is Nyesom Wike, including Governor Caleb Mufwang Plateau, Kefas Abu Taraba, Adamu Fituri, Adamawa Bala Mohammed, Bauchi, Acting National Chairman, Umar Damagun, National Organizing Secretary, Umar Bature, and National Legal Advisor, Kamaldin Ajibade San, are advocating for Ayan restatement and for the NEC meeting to be postponed. Sharon, you will say that the politics is being eaten. We're already in the second year of this present administration, and both party, the two political giant party in Nigeria today, which is All Progressive Congress and the PDP. Now we can say that the NEC meeting of PDP is divided right away. There's already a NEC meeting. There's an to commence today.
Yes.
Now we now have two factions. One led by the sitting governor of Oyo State, Makinde, and the other by the present FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. So
I think politics is all about interest, and that is what is playing out at the moment. What really counts is that they should be magnanimous enough, mature enough to see how they can manage their differences. Just like I rightly stated last week, they need to remain a credible opposition party, and they can only move forward when they have a common front. Yes, they will have their different interests, different positions, but they can come together. Basically, Wike and Makinde faction, they've always been together before now, and I don't know why they are at a serious
just like you're right, they said it's just interest. What it is about interest. So, and I think it's a Game of Thrones. So it's a Game of Thrones, and nobody wants to be outshined. So, and these are the gladiators in that political party, the people.
And if you look at the two of them, they are shining already. The sitting governor and the minister of the FCT.
Yes, it's beyond that. Everybody wants ISO bend. Okay, like what was on the news last week? Ion being reinstated as the national secretary.
And the Makinde faction are not comfortable with that. The Makinde faction wants the NEC meeting to hold. The other faction, which is a Wike, want another meeting in place.
So we'll see how it plays out. But we just appeal to the political gladiator, the PDP, to take it easy and to calm the situation on ground, and they should learn to
let's go
accept one another.
And most importantly, the interest of the party members should be considered, and not just about these top players.
And that is the issue where Nigeria have been clamoring that they see the politician or the political class as people that do not have the Nigerian state at heart. So the gladiator should take note of that.
Yes, moving forward with the Nation newspaper, there is this headline here that says, beware of fake loan portal, Nelfon alerts students. Beware of fake loan portal, Nelfon alerts students. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Nelfon, has warned students to be cautious of a fake portal with fraudulent messages currently circulating online. This is contained in a statement in Abuja on Monday by the fund's Director of Strategic Communications, Mrs. Osheyemi Oluwatui. Oluwatui said the information contained in the online messages were misleading. The attention of Nelfund has been drawn to a fraudulent message currently circulating online, falsely claiming that President Bola Tinubu has directed the reopening of the Nelfund student loan portal. The portal is with a link to a fake website, and this is coming from the person in charge. That is Director of Strategic Communications, Oluwatui Oseyemi. This is just to further guide the students so as not to fall victim of all these fraudulent guys. Because all these guys, I don't know, that should be gainfully employed. They continue to give the nation a negative name. And that is why when you want to get a visa to some countries in the Western world, you find it so hard because we've been stigmatized. And we cannot actually blame them. It is as a result of the legalities of some of our Nigerian youth that are perpetuating these illegit acts, trying to defraud. Yes, trying to defraud others, we shouldn't be. And at the same time, they want to do this to students who are just aspiring to ensure that they stabilize, they get their ground,
so their future.
Yes, so the strategic information communication person, Oluwatui Osheyemi, is informing all students to beware. We should do due diligence when we want to put our details on Nelfon portal, ensure that this is a particular one, and more so, the portal has not been reopened. That is
then you should also make sure that there's more publicity to this, because most Nigerian youth may not have access to data at the moment, because we know how communication is, and a lot of students are having their exams in their various institutions. So there should be more advert and more citation for the student and the Nigerian youth to be aware of this fake portal. So that will lead me to Vanguard newspaper, business Vanguard newspaper. For today, I love this. Never appreciate to 1,575 naira in parallel market. The Naira on Friday appreciate to 1,575 per dollar in the parallel market from 1,580 per dollar on Thursday. The local currency has recorded 25 naira appreciation against the dollar since the beginning of the week, when it's traded at 1,600 per dollar in the parallel market. And this data was published by the CBN, showed that as the exchange rate for the naira fell to 1,537 per dollar from 1,543 per dollar on Thursday, indicating 6 naira appreciation for the naira. I think that's a good one for the medium scale and even the large industry, because we all know how we know that we are importing nation.
Yes.
So currently we still import. I know there's policy that we should patronize
yes,
local manufacturer. But but most of the raw material needed for the local
outside,
the source from outside, from the Western and the Asian,
and that has not been making things easy for
the local production. So, and this dollar, that's why this enticed me that okay, for now, at least for today, it is a good loss from CBN. But I still believe that CBN can still do more.
Yes, and it can always get better. So let's keep hope alive. Moving ahead with the Nation newspaper, this is a good one to all real estate operators, agents, and what have you. Here it says, Redan president is Okeibo Oba elect. Redan president is Okeibo Oba elect. President Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, Redan, Prince Akintoye Adeoye has emerged as Oloke of Okeibo, Ondo State. In a statement, the media director, Ààrẹ Kugba Igbe ruling house, Okeibo, Ayodele Olopade, said the chairman in the Oluji Okeibo local government, Adebare Adeoye, in conjunction with Ààrẹ Kugba Igbe ruling house, broke the news after the selection. Adeboye praised the chief saddled with the selection for being transparent, honest, and peaceful. I only hope when the Redan president also has home office, when he will be sworn in or installed, coronated, he will also be transparent honest, and peaceful. Because you see, we do apologies to all estate managers and real estate managers. There's this stigma that is also on that profession, the class of people that sometimes one, they try to extort, they increase without passion, and I hope that will not manifest in the ruling of the new Oba of Okeibo. Anyway, we wish him all the best, and we hope that
he will do justice to this selection. And I think back to, I would just like to observe, because recently, well, you know what play out in Lagos State, that the Lagos State government only have to make an executive bill against the property agent managers, because the rates they stop people and the rates they inflate.
Yes, that is even crazy.
And even properties.
That is even crazy.
So it's getting crazy.
You see landlord increasing with 100%.
100%. So you keep wondering what's happening, and I think Lagos State is working towards that, and I believe that the other 35 states will follow suit.
I hope so.
So I'm staying on the Punch newspaper for today. Hurricane Tinubu APC launches fresh move to pull 5 governors. Wow. Politics is getting interesting.
I think what APC is doing is capitalizing on the crisis within the
opposition.
Exactly. They're just capitalizing, and that is why PDP needs to wake up.
So I think let me just read from the ruling APC has boosted or win at least 5 more governors to its camp amid the wave of defection by opposition bigwigs, federal lawmakers, and the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu re-election. The move came in the wake of Friday resignation of immediate past national chairman of APC, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje. The revelation made in an exclusive interview with The Punch by APC National Vice Chairman Southeast, Dr. Ijoma Arojogu, signaled a deepening crack within the opposition bloc and raised fresh concern over his ability to mount a formidable challenge against Tinubu re-election bid. So now the Hurricane Tinubu APC launches.
Yes, it's a massive
infection.
And if that could happen, that will be a very powerful signal. Then 2027 is automatically bestowed to the All Progressive Congress. If
but would you think that would be good for an independent state of Nigeria, having the one-party system?
If you ask the All Progressive Congress, they will tell you it's a go, as far as they are concerned. But at large, just like I stated while treating the other headline,
but I believe
PDP need to respect.
I believe that having a good democratic system in a nation we need an opposition.
Definitely.
Just the way, because opposition start like a pressure group, just to hit up whoever that is leading, whoever party at the center, to hit up and give them a bit of pressure. And from that pressure, so lead to direction. The ruling party may get some direction from there. So in case they are derailing from what they promised the masses, what they promised the Nigerian citizens.
Yes, so you just said it how it should be. But the APC is enjoying what is trending at the moment. So it is now left to the PDP to know what to do. To put the house in order and ensure they continue to move forward.
Well, and if it happens, congratulations to APC. And if not, so I believe that it's just like you rightly said, PDP should try.
We'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens in the long run. So I am moving to the Tribune, Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and there's a catchy story here about the former vice president of Nigeria, that is VP Atiku, former VP Atiku. And the story says, pardon me, let me open to the page. Yes, I will return to university after retirement from politics, and that is coming from Atiku Abubakar. I will return to university after retirement from politics. Do you know why I'm smiling? I recall that former President Olusegun Obasanjo also did the same thing, and I don't know if that is now a retirement base for politicians or public office holders. The text under the story says former Vice President Abubakar Atiku has announced that he will return to university after retiring from politics, highlighting his passion for education and human capital development. Atiku, who is the founder of the American University of Nigeria, spoke on Sunday in Abuja while presenting his keynote address at the Pace Setters School, Abuja class of 2025 graduation and bride giving ceremony, where 205 students graduated. The former vice president recalling how his passion for education led to the establishment of a nursery and primary school, then a secondary school, and later a university, emphasized that the best investment any government or individual can make is in human capital development. You know why I smile again? I hope when former Vice President Atiku Abubakar eventually retires from politics and want to go back to school, it won't be American University of Nigeria, which he happened to be.
Definitely, that was what definitely, you know, that's going to be the university because he's the founder of that American. I think he used to be APSI American University. Now is now American University of Nigeria.
And if he got admitted into
so would their question of fielding
my fear.
So or probably he may also follow the line of his boss, the president of the National Open University.
Do you know
maybe since Olusegun Obasanjo studied religious study, I think the Christian theology. So maybe this time around the vice president, former vice president Atiku Abubakar may now go for Islamic studies.
Do you know that? So you see, Obasanjo himself was the one that resuscitated open universities. So during his own days too, as a student at Open University, what we query is if he
came out with a very good grade, even to the thought of I think
was that not expected?
So it's expected. It's a good thing. And if genuinely he want to go back to class to study, and genuinely, so I think that's a good thing. So because we know that knowledge is very important. Acquiring knowledge is very, very important. And
we continue to learn as long as we are still living.
So I think it's a good loss to the former president, Atiku Abubakar, but definitely it should not be American University of Nigeria.
Definitely.
So that will take me to Daily Post. Some politics. I saw this later. This headline on Daily Post newspaper. 2027. I will accept coalition offer to serve one term. Hand over to North. Says who? Says
That may likely be
Peter Obi.
Let's look at the credibility
Yes.
of that story.
Peter Obi, a former presidential candidate of Labour Party, has claimed he will honor any coalition agreement which could require that he serve a single term and hand over to the North in 2031. According to Obi, he is not desperate for power. He is more interested in character and integrity. He stated this while speaking during space session on X, formerly Twitter, tag Peter Obi on parallel fact. The session attracted over 10,000 live participants and almost 3,000 audience comment. If the agreement is one term, I will leave on May 28, 2031, not even May 29. I am not desperate to be president.
That says, you see, for politicians, it is easier said
Than
done. We've seen a president that wanted to go for third term
Total.
in this nation. And for somebody to say, okay, I'll be convenient, I'll be comfortable with...
and is the major critic of all governments after him.
Exactly. There is nothing wrong in being ambitious, but what matters is our sincerity, our will, the mind you're coming on board with. What do you really have in store to do for Nigerians? But I think that statement was made just to ensure an easy ride. We cannot tell what will happen until it happens. So the words of politicians, one need to look into it again, and again.
So I think if this is coming from the ex-handle of the former presidential aspirant or candidate of the Labour Party, well, I think it's a good thing because it's all about democracy, and which is constitutional. So, and if he's doing it genuinely like this, I think it's a good thing. So I think that will also put the ruling party on their feet to put every measure in place, most especially in their promise to the Nigerian citizen in the area of economy, in the area of education, health, power. Very, very essential. Because when there's power, there's going to be rapid development all across the board. So I think let us see how it plays out. So let's say, because we know last week there were coalition meeting here and there in Kaduna, in far away in the north.
That is quite disturbing. They continue to have different coalition meetings and they are not yet coming with.
But if we look vividly,
the interest seems to be too divided.
Yes, and the interest has been personal so far with what was to me, because what I've seen over the past 3 weeks, I said that the law is too personal.
Yes, this division is making it seem as if they all have ulterior motives.
Yes,
they are
everybody just wants to be in power,
things.
and a lot of people that want to be in power don't have vision. They don't have vision. They don't have magnitude. They don't have direction. They just want to grab power,
and they can
just because there may be little disagreement once. So they can imagine somebody being in different party within a month has been in about 4 different parties.
The way the people are even defecting is sending a very wrong signal.
Yes, and this is called for concern.
And we want to appeal to our politicians to be sincere in the yarn for political office. Yeah. They must put the interest of the nation first. What we need is peace. We need growth. We need cooperation. And anybody that can ensure this, I think Nigerians will want to go for such. But when you show too much of desperation and they are seeing you as somebody that just wants to occupy a seat for no reason, nobody will take you serious. I think we should call it a day. For now, we want to draw the curtain on newspaper review this morning, and by the special grace of God, we'll be here tomorrow. And we'll implore you to join us. You can follow us on all social media handle, on Facebook, on X, formerly Twitter, on our WhatsApp channel, on YouTube, that is Ifako Radio, and on Instagram, Ifako_radio. You can also place your advert. You can reach out to us on 091-2222-7433. Ifako Radio from here to the world. And I remain yours truly. Hope to see you tomorrow by the special grace of God. I am Olanreti Olusegun.
I'm